Hey y'all, grand rising, good afternoon, and good evening. Whatever time you click on this video is the right time for you, and I thank you in advance for your viewership. Y'all, it's 5-something in the morning, and I ain't been to bed yet, but Happy New Year. I wanted to go ahead and knock this video out before I lay down, because when I get up, it's all about me cooking my New Year's Day meal and, just relaxing and bringing the new year in. So here it is. Once again, I told all of you that a lot of people over the next 2 to 2.5 years are going to be exposed, and they're going to be exposed to the point of no return. Today, we're tapping into the energy around DJ Akademiks and the alleged essay that happened at his house. Now, the young lady involved, she did go and get a kit done, and he's come forward on his blog and he's admitted that the two friends of his did have an encounter with her. He also stated that she had been drinking, she was extremely drunk, and he admitted that this was caught on his home camera system, his home security system. And he said something peculiar about the cameras being yanked out of the walls. Now, he stated that he went down, I believe he went down to the police station and they didn't have nothing on him. So, he went right back home. Now, I don't think he knows how this works, but if he did, he would know that talking, especially right now, is not the brightest thing to do. So without any further ado, I want to go ahead and tap into the energy around this situation. I did listen to a video of him speaking, and I don't know if he was playing audio in the background or the video of what happened, and he didn't know he was live, but there was a young woman screaming in the background. So it's alleged that either this was happening while he was on air or he was playing the footage back and didn't know that he had went live. Either way, this is eerie. Now, anybody like to timestamp? The reading starts at 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Thank you in advance. And once again, Happy New Year, everybody. Show me the energy around what happened to this young lady. Was she mishandled? Y'all, right off the bat, 2 swords to the Knight of Wands. She rejected these advances. This is the energy that I get around her and her energy. This is cutting someone off from sexual advances. So allegedly, she was not a willing participant in wanting to do anything. Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. Y'all, this ain't looking good. Wounded warrior is the card you get when someone is assaulted. And this is someone who's been assaulted over and over again multiple times. 6 of Wands is moving forward towards victory. So that's someone advancing through alleged assault. Wow. So energy once again around this young girl. young lady rather. Six of Swords. This is leaving a chaotic situation, going to a calmer place or a safer place. After something happened in secret, the Moon. The Knight of Wands, something that was of a hypersexual nature, allegedly, that came out of nowhere, the Fool. Someone took a chance, leap of faith. The Star. Okay, so this was someone who was the focal point of attention. Okay, so Two of Pentacles. This is two different energies, two different entities. This is also juggling with the energy after being cut off. So Page of Cups and the Empress, y'all. Allegedly. Oh, this is some murky, nasty energy. Allegedly, what this is looking like is that the parties, went back and forth with whatever it is that they were going to do. This is somebody who was flirting with her, okay? And when they didn't get the response that they wanted, allegedly, they waffled back and forth about how to move forward and what to do. Feels very premeditated. Knight of Cups, okay? Knight of Cups falls after the Nine of Wands. So, yeah. This is like someone trying to offer the olive branch or even possibly try to kick it with you after an alleged assault, after you try to stand up for yourself. Seven of Wands. What is this? Ten of Cups. Six of Swords. So she may have left to go be with her family or people that she considered to be family, because you got the Six of Swords to the Ten of Cups. This, like, she immediately left and went to a place or around people who felt safe, people that were like family to her. The Moon and the Artist. Now, I don't know what the artist has to do with this, but we don't know who the two friends are. So if one of the friends happens to be a recording artist, because I don't believe the young lady is an artist, but this is letting it be known that it's a possibility that this is someone in the industry that is attached to this. Now, we know Akademiks works in the industry because, he vlogs, but goodness gracious, y'all. The Star and Temperance, okay? So this is like hope that balance will be restored after, this Knight of Wands energy, which leads me to believe that after this happens, somebody was trying to see, like, is we cool, we good, you straight, temperature checking, right? Trying to make sure that you, possibly not gonna get in trouble, allegedly. King of Wands. Yeah, this is somebody who was very aggressive in their actions, took a leap of faith, falling under the foolish behavior. Y'all, damn it. Knight of Swords to the Three of Pentacles. Now, she said all three was involved. And Three of Pentacles means that there was a collaboration between three separate parties. message of 3 separate parties that are involved. So allegedly, this is showing that it wasn't just the 2 friends, possibly. Okay? I'm trying to pick my words very carefully because this is a very nasty situation. Look at this. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. This is the truth about hypersexual energy. I can say from everything that I've already seen right here in the first 10 minutes of this reading, and it's possibly only 7 minutes in because, you know, I did an intro. Academics, you done stepped in some shit. You and your friends, everything about this looks terrible. And I don't see anything as of yet that, you know, puts this in a position to where it's a gray area. Okay? Excuse me, y'all. I'm picking my words closely, very, very carefully, because it looks very clean and clear cut to me. But because this is for public consumption and it still has to go before the law, it still has to be reviewed, we're going to stick heavily with the allegedlys. But allegedly, it looked like you got into something that you can't get out of. And him calling himself coming forward to speak on it made it worse. Man. What'd I say? Come on now, don't play with it. 8 of Swords. That's the card of being binded and going to jail. And this is falling under the 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, okay? This is the initial energy that came out that showed that there were multiple people involved, and she said no, allegedly. And it started off initially with the first 2, the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 that were going back and forth trying to figure out what they were going to do once she said no. Drunk or not, you know, legally somebody being inebriated does not have the legal capacity, for consent. But this looks like even if she may have been drunk or, you know, under some kind of influence, this is looking like she still said no. And the wounded warrior behind it looks like this could have been brutal, allegedly. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. So 5 of Swords. The Hermit. And the Empress. Eight of Wands. What this is telling me is this is tangible energy. Okay, I was about to say evidence. That didn't come out for nothing. that came out for a reason. Jesus. I knew this man was going downhill after the Erykah Badu situation. I'm telling you, I told y'all that there were things that were going to happen that were going to affect his money and possibly his ability to work. And here it is. This is the coup de grace. Ace of Pentacles falls under the 9 of Cups. So Remember, guys, when they said that she allegedly, because remember, this was a story before it came out that she had went and got a kit done and, gave a statement or whatnot. Remember, they said that she had took like $500,000 from him, arguing and miscommunication. Now that they were no longer together, the hermit and the empress. And I don't know if this woman was pregnant, and that's possibly proof, but this, she could, embody empress energy. But if this is part of the proof, Lord be with you, whichever one you serve, because I don't see you serving the Most High under this energy. This is messed up. King of Swords. So this is someone who's very cold, very calculated, someone who is emotionless. So after she left and went to some place safe with people that she considered to be like family, when she had this conversation, allegedly, with Akademiks, Akademiks treated her in a very cold and calculated way, allegedly. This is, like speaking to someone like you never were, cool or friendly with them. Because you knew this was something that could go before a court of law justice. But look what's going to happen. This is that what's done in the dark comes to light. Honey, this is going before a court. This is going before a magistrate, an adjudicator. All because this girl was walking away from a relationship with you? What? Oh my gosh. Look what you got. Judgment. Gabriel's blowing his horn. I said, Lord be with you, but I guess he said, not today. Because of this Knight of Wands energy with the star, the woman who is the focal point of the situation. Temperance, wanting balance through a new beginning. But it looks like the balance through the new beginning is going to fall under justice, and you're going to face judgment, allegedly. Now, to those who join my lives, I've been telling everybody in my lives, 2023 is the year of indictment. 2024 is the year of judgment. 2025 is the year of conviction. The next 2 years are not going to be for the weak. If you have done anything that is without reproach, you're about to be called to the table. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords, sneaky activity and behavior. Didn't I tell you? Walked away from you, walked away from a relationship with you. You can't be this much of a sucker. You can't. I mean, to see this energy, guys, and this is the same guy who set up, just a few weeks ago, crying on the internet because Saucy Santana told him to meet him in the street. Literally crying. And then you turn around and vibrate this low. You're around people who would do such a thing. You're that much of a follower that you would be involved with people with this type of energy and become these people yourself, allegedly. Like I said, the Eight of Cups. And it falls under the Three of Pentacles. Man. So this, you know, she's definitely walked away with from a relationship indefinitely with him due to the actions that were taken that practically came out of nowhere. This doesn't even feel like there was any warning to this. Now, it's intriguing me, so I'm going to say this because, yes, you know, we know she went and got a kit. We know that she gave a statement, but I'm wondering if they did a toxicology report. Because this seems just way too out of bounds for these so-called friends to feel this comfortable to do something like this unless they felt or thought in some type of way that they were going to get away with this. I mean, how many times has this happened at your house, Akademiks? People are not this bold the first time around. I mean, that would mean that they don't respect you as a man, that they would do something like this at your house unless this is y'all regular one too. What'd I say? Seven of Swords to Three of Swords. The sneaky, underhanded behavior, excuse me, is now brought heartbreak. Seven of Swords is falling under the Eight of Swords. Baby, what's done in the dark comes to light. Punishment is on its way. And it doesn't look like there's any avoiding this. Look at this. Heartbreak. And it falls under the Empress. Heartbreak for what happened to her. You know, her initially being in heartbreak. But the last and final heartbreak will be yours, Akademiks, allegedly. Card of Truth. Ace of Swords. So the truth came out after this young lady left, because you got the Six of Swords here, the Ten of Cups to the King of Cups. So you admitted to her after she left, because you got to look at Six of Swords as somebody in transit. This is somebody leaving a dark, toxic, chaotic situation to go somewhere safe. Ten of Cups to her family as she's traveling. Your communication, you told her the truth, but you were very cold about it, like it was nothing, like it was no big deal. Two of Cups. What was done in secret, whatever this has to do with this artist, justice is going to come to this person you had this Two of Cups with. So look at how much worse this becomes. Two of Cups is somebody supposed to be like a soulmate, a relationship you were in. You and this young lady were in a relationship and you allowed something like this to happen. Look at that, right on cue. Sirens. I don't think that was by chance. Everything that happens during a reading feeds into the energy. And I was just talking about justice over the Two of Cups. And look at this. Anxiety, no rest for the wicked, no rest for the weary. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. So Akademiks is doing the most in front of people, but he's not getting any sleep. He's up worried now. Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles. So yeah, It's bickering behind the scenes. You and these guys are possibly going at it due to what possibly transpired. Five of Pentacles, this is being ostracized, canceled, and even going broke over this situation. And this is saying that you're going to try to fight this, falling under judgment. You're going to try to fight this, and it's going to cost a pretty penny. You're going to go broke even trying to fight this. Yeah, this is going to affect your work. Eight of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. And here's that anxiety. No rest for the wicked. No rest for the weary. Nine of Swords, falling under the Eight of Cups. The Three of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, King of Wands, and the Fool. The deck that shows everybody collaborated. Possibly even you, Akademiks, allegedly. Strongly looks that way. Look at this. You might as well go ahead and start wrapping up this platform. Four of Swords to the Eight of Pentacles. There's more information to come, and it looks like it's going to rock your whole entire infrastructure to the point to where you're going to lose supporters. If you have sponsorships, those are done. Looks like you can kiss your financial ass goodbye. King of Pentacles, the Emperor. So look at you. You were just haughty. You thought that you were like king of the world. Nobody could tell you anything. You're established. Everybody has to come through and go through you, right? But this falls under heartbreak. It's coming to a rest. Emperor falling under the Two of Cups. Y'all. Emperor is a controlling person, someone who possibly gives orders. So, Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Queen of Swords in the upright is someone who speaks straight forth, candid. Doesn't mince their words. Doesn't get all caught up in being emotional. She's speaking with heavy conviction. And because she was speaking with heavy conviction, you're literally drowning in your emotions, but you're trying to hold it together and keep a strong face for the crowd. Five of Pentacles, because he's worried about going broke. Hell, he was worried about being canceled with the Saucy Santana situation, and now look, you're actually being canceled. The more information comes out, the more people stop working with you. See, Nine of Swords, falling over the Queen of Swords. He's got deep and heavy anxiety on what it is that she might say, what it is that she's going to say, because she's believable. Like I told y'all, Queen of Swords in the upright speaks truth, no chaser. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Things are going to come forward faster than Akademiks and his so-called friends expect. Oh, goodness gracious. Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. See, these seeds that y'all sowed, or we're going to be more, I want to be tactful, okay? Because these are the seeds that y'all left, okay? The evidence that y'all left when you betrayed her. Okay? This is going to lead the foundation to her being able to move forward valiantly with this investigation. Yep. See, she's coming through. She's pulling no punches. She's not playing any games. And she's trying her best to stay strong and hold it together after this betrayal from this emperor, which means these people, more so than anything, academics, could have possibly been your minions, people that you got hanging around, allegedly. And here she is, the most attractive woman in the deck, the Queen of Wands. So people just behaving like they just couldn't help themselves. I just shuffled and look at it. Person that you've been dealing with. This ain't no new chick. This is somebody you've been dealing with. This is somebody you got history with. Page of Cups. There's going to be new communication to come forward with law enforcement. Excuse me, y'all. Felt like I got a little tongue-tied there. You know what? That's probably how he's going to be when the Hierophant, okay? Because this is judge, jury, and adjudicator. When all of this comes together, he might be sounding like Elmer Fudd, y'all. I don't think he understands how this works, but he will. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this up because like I told y'all, it's going on 6 in the morning and I ain't been to sleep and I got to at least get me a good nap in before I get up and cook my New Year's Day meal. So, geez. This is toxic in the worst possible way. And it's sad. It's disgusting. My prayers go out to the young lady. Final energies, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. See this? Gift, thief, and lover. Okay? The mature man, high honors. Now, I want you guys to also understand, you know, people say, oh, well, somebody sees you in high honors, but this card represents a 21 gun salute. This salute is only done for the hierarchy of society and military when they pass away. So this is like going out with a bang, literally, okay? Because it's the point of no return. Thief, okay? Thief and great fortune. Well, when you consider your right to say no, your body, and never being able to get that moment back, it's one of the most precious things that a person owns. And this is saying that it was stolen. Yeah, here it is. Adjudication. I told y'all I smelled court all over this. Toil and labor. And look, this is toil and labor over a woman. Privileged lady, and it's coming on a distant horizon, guys. Bad health, 21 gun salute. He's not gonna take this too well. As things progress, as more information comes out, he's gonna start losing it. Court over what happened at the house, y'all. Yep, main female in despair. And this main female, she lined up under adjudication, but we're going to slide this over. Because mature male, meaning he could have been the older male that was there, falls right over court. Thief falls over the main female. We know that something was stolen from the main female, causing him to be in despair, allegedly. What I just say? Adjudication over what happened at the house. Left in despair over this privileged lady. So I'm going to end it there. I thank you, everyone, for your support and your viewership. And I'm utterly disgusted. Utterly disgusted. This, oh man. Get ready, y'all. You about to see a whole lot more people dragged in the middle of the street. You're going to see more people that are at the top of the food chain in the algorithm for entertainment. The church, leaders and heads of state. A whole lot of people's heads are about to roll. But all I can say is let the necessary occur. Well, this is my energetic tap in on the energy around what happened at DJ Akademiks' house and what was to come. I'm going to go ahead on and sign out. Look at that, y'all. Once again, here's sirens. Second time in this reading, we're hearing sirens. I'm going to take that as a sign and end this right here. This reading is adjourned. Happy New Year, everybody.